I'm Allison Jandu, the owner and founder of Potty Training Consultant and mom of two. If you've been potty training but you're wondering, when is my child going to actually tell me that they need to go? Or what gives if I don't take my child to the potty, they'll just have an accident? This is one of the most common complaints that I hear from newly potty training parents. So if this sounds familiar to you, keep watching because there is a solution. Now, before we go any further, please be sure you hit subscribe so that we can keep getting my videos in front of the parents who really need them. It takes a village, right? Okay, so let's dive in. Your child learning how to listen to their body and take themselves to the toilet when nature calls is obviously one of the key principles of potty training. But why does this seem so challenging for some kiddos to grasp? Maybe instead we should be asking, what could we potentially change about the way we potty train in order to encourage this? Maybe even most parents will potty train by taking their child to the potty every few minutes, asking continually if they need to go, setting timers, or having them sit on the potty for extended periods of time. And I know these are all great ways to get pee and poop in the potty, which is another key principle of potty training. But is it allowing your child to learn and understand the signals their body sends them about when to go? Or is your child learning to go only when they're prompted by you? There are three potential problems that can arise from using these methods. First, your child never learns the signals their body sends them about when to go potty because you've already prompted them to go before they got that opportunity, as in their bladder is never full enough to emit those signals because they are sitting on the potty too frequently. Second, your child becomes fully dependent on the prompt from you and doesn't realize that they can go potty without being told to do so first. Some kids are super literal, so this could very well happen. And finally, your child's bladder can be fooled into thinking it's full before it actually is after repeatedly emptying it early. It can limit the amount of urine the bladder is able to hold before contracting, and this can lead to more accidents instead of less. Pelvic floor experts recommend steering clear of the just-in-case pee, even for adults, for this very reason. Not to mention that excessive prompting and asking can annoy and frustrate your little one and lead them to resist potty use altogether. Kind of makes sense when you think about it like that, right? In reality, some kids only need to pee as few as 2 or 3 times per day. My own son is one of these kids. In the industry, we like to call them camels. And that's perfectly normal for them. Some kids do need to go every 30 to 40 minutes, and that's perfectly normal for them. As your child's potty teacher and coach, it's important to be aware of this frequency so that you know you aren't prompting too little or too often, which is why I typically recommend not prompting or timing at all. I know, mind blown, right? For at least a short period of time at the beginning. Brace yourself for a few more accidents, yes, but accidents are our best teaching moments. You can even turn the accident into a success by catching some of the pee or poop in the potty. Your child instantly is able to see that A, they had a funny feeling in their tummy, B, the pee and poop started coming out, and then C, it went into the potty. The dots start to connect. It's an amazing learning opportunity and greatly decreases the amount of time it takes for your child to start self-initiating. Now let's say the ship has sailed and you feel like you have been over-prompting or that your kiddo is experiencing some level of prompt dependency. That's still okay. Here are some tips that you can try to help. Number 1, you can try to use a potty watch or wrist timer to help bridge the gap between you prompting them and them taking on more of the responsibility themselves. I'll link some of my favorites in the description below. Number 2, you can give them some bottomless time. Being bottomless greatly increases body awareness and intensifies that urge recognition. It also makes any accidents more apparent as soon as they start to happen, so that you have a greater chance of creating a success out of the situation. Number 3, let them know that you're not going to bug them about when to use the potty anymore, and then don't bug them about using the potty anymore. Just watch closely for their cues and any potty language they might be showing. When you physically notice that they need to go, talk to them about it. Say, "It looks like your body is trying to tell you to go potty. When you're ready, it's right over there." Then back off. If it results in an accident, gently talk them through it. Finally, number 4, it's still okay to prompt at certain times, like upon waking, before leaving the house if they haven't gone in a while, and before they go to sleep. Otherwise, it's really best to just wait for them to have the wiggles before bringing it up. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Our kids are capable of so much. Have some faith. Don't fear the accidents. Everyone makes mistakes when they're mastering a brand new skill after all. It's a critical part of the learning process. Soon, those little words, I have to go potty, will be music to your ears. If you try all this and it still is not working, reach out for a personalized consultation. That's why we're here, and I'm happy to help you. Please be sure to comment below, what's your biggest potty training struggle right now? It could be my next video. Turn on notifications too so you never miss a new one. Until then, thank you for watching and happy pottying!